Beautiful. Hi. Hi, everyone. Awesome. All right. Cheers, guys. Happy Tuesday. I hope that everyone's good. Hi. Oh, I was gonna teach from my parents like beautiful back decking, but it's a really gray, about to rain day. So we've got the downstairs. But still nice. Really nice to see you guys. I wanted to say that on Tuesday next week, just a little admin before we start. I was looking at the timings that we get to the hotel, and the check-in time is like 3 o'clock. So I'm a bit nervous that it's not going to line up. So I wondered if I'm happy to give money back if not, but I was going to teach the class Wednesday evening. Does that work for everybody next Wednesday? If not, send me a message. Is that okay, Jane? Yeah, Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock, 8 or 8:15. But if there's no Zumba before, we could do 8 o'clock. Yeah, is that okay? Cool. Let's try Wednesday. If you can't, let me know. I'll also send the recording. But just next Tuesday, I think like I'll still teach from the hotel, but where it's the day we check in, and I just don't really, I didn't want to try like chance like it not going right, or we just get in the I just didn't really know how it would look, so I thought it would be better to do it that way. So awesome. So next Wednesday I'll put it online, but just remind anybody who's coming, and that would be amazing. Awesome. Cheers. So nice to see you guys. All right, you can hear me, see me all good? Beautiful. All right, let's start in child's pose today. I'm going to switch it up. So you can have your knees in, keep it comfy. You can take the knees wide, cameras on or off. It's up to you. But we're going to start in child's pose. Jane, do you have a Canadian t-shirt on? Yes, Jane. Oh, I can't hear you, but you're representing and I love it. It's made me smile. I really noticed.
I'm my pajamas.
It's so cute. Great. Looks great. Amazing. That's the best way to do it from home. All right. Awesome. So again, it's up to you guys. Cameras on or off. Let's stretch. Hmm. Oh, I cannot wait to meet you guys on this mat. All right. Let's start in child's pose. Obviously, knees in or out. If you feel like getting yourself in that like little deeper stretch, take the knees a little bit wider and you can come down. Oh, just find a little moment to relax. I'm going to find a little bit of music for us. We're just going to make our way onto the floor. Good. Take a little moment to soften, just checking in on how you're feeling today. You can close the eyes, maybe bringing the forehead down onto the mat. You can rock the forehead left to right, just beginning to make your way into a lovely soft position here. Just letting gravity do the work, noticing where the body might feel tight, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, and slowly breathing out, letting it go. Good. Again, taking a nice slow deep breath in, seeing if you can feel in the body where the breath is sort of supporting and filling you. And as we exhale, feel everything soften and notice where things sort of shift in shape. Again, breathing into the body. Feel where you kind of fill that space with that beautiful fresh oxygen. And as we exhale, feel the breath just disappearing. Keeping that breath going slow and steady, just using it as a guide to soften and relax and release. Inhaling and slowly exhaling out. I want you just to check in mentally, physically. Is there anything that feels tight as you kind of take your child's pose? Is there anything you know this week needs a little bit of softening? If there's anything in mind that you're carrying or any sort of intention you want to set today for your practice, whether it's physical or emotional, just make the choice now to kind of set that little wish. Inhaling and slowly exhaling out. Amazing. Good. And from here, we're just gonna reach the arms forward if that feels comfortable. So see if you can reach the arms forward, forward, forward. Maybe extending them out. And see if you can get a little bit of length there. Maybe drawing the shoulders down. Breathing in. And slowly bringing the hands back in. You want the palms on either side of the face and begin to push the body up a little bit here. Good. We're going to walk the hands slightly forward. Take your time and bring the knees in so that they're hip distance apart. Good. I'm going to face you, but stay where you are. Inhale, we're going to sink back and walk the hands over towards the right hand side. Good. I want you to let that tailbone sink back towards those heels. Feel the stretch in the side body. And from here, you can either choose to take the hand across, so left hand on top of the right, head relaxes in between the hands, breathing in nice and deep. Let's get that little bit of stretch. Inhale and exhale, noticing where you feel that. Breathing in. Remember to relax in the forehead. Take the breath nice and slow. If you have Ujjayi breath in your practice, you can build that in now. Or you could just move in whatever way feels good. Just trying to slow down that exhalation. Good. We're going to walk the hands back to center and over towards the left-hand side. Amazing. Reach the hands out. Just allow the shoulders to draw down, maybe crossing the hands over. Right hand on top of left, head relaxes. You don't want to strain in the neck wherever you kind of decide to place it. Inhale and exhale. Good. Kind of using a little traction in the hands as you sink down in the tailbone to get that beautiful stretch. Maybe up into the armpit, the side body. Deep breaths here, filling the ribs and down. Use that breath to help you. Inhaling and slowly exhaling, walking the hands forward. Good. We're going to reach forward and sink down. So you can keep it a little bit more lifted if you wanted. You can rotate the shoulders down and away. Just like this. Maybe draw the chin in, or you can bring the head and the chest down a little further, up to you. See if as you exhale, you can find that little bit of a drop down in the shoulders to wake up in that upper body and find that little bit of a release there. Beautiful. Breathing, and we're going to peel the body up to that nice tabletop position and take the knees hip distance apart. Amazing. Good. Let's take a few cat and cow. So we're going to find our own flow with this. We're going to tuck under in the pelvis, draw in, chin to chest, tucking under, pull the shoulder blades apart. Awesome. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades up, tilt the tailbone down, belly dips, looking forward, and draw the shoulders down. So we don't want to collapse there. Draw shoulders down, find that length. Good. Inhaling and exhaling, relaxing in the forehead. You've got it. Breathing, and we're going to draw in from the core. Tucking under again, find that cat. So see what you need it for today. We've not done much at all so far. So full kind of work in that upper body. You might feel that pull across the upper body here. Tucking under in the pelvis and the work in the spine. Dip down, let the torso do its magic. You're going to work that tailbone out. Draw the shoulders down and away. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just enjoying what you need from cow pose today. Good. We're going to move between them. I'm just going to give you a count of 5. I want you to move between cat and cow in whatever way feels good to you. So slow, quick, stay where you like, move slowly, move quickly. You do your thing. Just feel it out. Maybe even close the eyes. Make the practice yours. Inhaling and exhaling. Just finding your cat pose. Moving now or staying where you are. 5. Just breathe with me. Good. 4. Moving in a way that feels good to you, your back, the shoulders, maybe moving the head in any direction you might like. Good. 3. Nice one. 2. Inhale and exhale. Moving again, wherever you want to be. And last one, wherever you are, finish off that flow, finding your cow pose. Good. Remembering always come up to the fist so you can stay with the hands down. Good. Inhaling and exhaling, drawing in from the core, and nice flat back. Well done. We're going to untap those back toes if you had them tucked. Don't worry if you didn't. It's all down to preference. We're going to sink down towards the heel. Good. And then we're going to rock forward. We're going to draw in from the core, do our little wrist stretch. You can stay here. You can let the pelvis draw forward more, and you can lift up. Draw the shoulders down if you've got that space in the back. Drawing in from your core. Remember, only go as far as feels good to you. And back. Let's work into the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Finding that lovely bit of work here. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. You find your flow. I'll give you another little count of 5. Do what works for you. Forward and back. 4. Nice one. Beautiful. 3. Gorgeous team. 2. Just finding that little work in the spine, the lower back. Beautiful. Last one. Next time you're leaning forward, I'm going to invite you, whatever way feels comfortable, we're going to lower down and bring the belly down onto the mat. Nice one. Good. We're just going to untuck those back toes, wiggle into the hips, feel nice and soft on the floor. We're going to draw that right heel in towards the tailbone. You can keep it here if that feels stronger. You can reach up, right hand, grab the toes. Inhale. Maybe exhale, draw that heel in. Now, if you want to keep the glutes relaxed, that's great. If you're not feeling it, maybe tuck under. So we squeeze in the glutes, you push the pelvis into the mat as you draw the heel in, or you can wiggle that heel a little bit more to the outside of the body if you're quite open in the top of the leg. Good. Just waking up the bottom part of the body, waking up in the quads. 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch sides. Inhale, drawing in. We're going to reach back, grab the toes, and bring the heel in if that feels comfortable, or you can keep it as it is. Draw the heel in, tucking under. Again, if you're not feeling it, if that feels a lot, stick with it. Otherwise, tuck under. We squeeze, rotate, push the pelvis in as you work that heel in. You're going to start to feel that little bit of extra in the whole stretch. Breathing in with me. And slowly breathing out. Good. Just trying to wake up the lower body. Squeeze in. 3, 2, and 1. Letting go. Inhale, bringing the hands on either side of the ribs. Turning the head to face forward. If you're watching the screen, inhale. Lifting up and sinking down into your child's pose. Good work. Exhale. Inhale. We're slowly going to come back up. We're going to keep the tailbone lifted. We're going to do a puppy dog pose. We actually don't do that often. So you want to think downward dog on the knees. This time we're going to keep so tailbone stays lifted. It's not sinking back too far. We start by walking the hands a little bit more forward here. So thinking downward dog, what you would do is you would work the tailbone up towards the sky. That's what we're doing. We're sinking the chest down a little bit. We don't want to dip totally. We want to keep everything drawing in from our core. Good. Sink back. You might feel a little bit more into the hips. So you can keep the palms onto the mat or fingertips come up. Rotate the bicep down and away as you sink back. Draw the chin in towards the chest and see if you feel anything here. It might feel different for each body. I definitely feel it in my hips. Sometimes I feel it in the upper body. Depends on what your body needs this for. 3, 2, and 1. Drawing in from the core, slowly coming back up and bring the hands back in line with the shoulders. Good. Inhale, let's reach up. Right hand reaches. Beautiful open chest. Good. Draw the shoulders down. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Beautiful. We're going to just bring the hand back down. We're not going to thread the needle. Bring it down. Inhale, reaching up. Draw the shoulders down. Little open in the chest. Draw the shoulders away from those ears. Breathing in. Little smile if you like. And as we exhale, bringing the hand back down. Switch sides. Inhale, lifting up. Good. Little hold, little smile if you like. Bringing it back down onto the mat. Reaching up. Feel like you're kind of dancing between the poses. Breathing in, little smile if you like. And as we exhale, one more. Hand down, lifting up. A little flowy movement. Inhale. Exhale, hand down. Lifting up. Beautiful. Opening up the chest. 3, 2, and 1. Breathing and slowly bring the hand back down. Fingertips and palms down. We're going to tuck those back toes, lift up into the knees, and we're going to shift the weight back into our downward dog. Fingers nice and wide, and walk those heels. We haven't done much in those hamstrings, so swing it about. Use it as your little bit of a stretch here. Take it easy to begin, and then see if you can sink back in that tailbone, finding that lovely posture. Fingers nice and wide. Breathing in with me. Maybe take your head up and down like you're saying yes. In and out. Maybe you're saying no, looking left to right. 4, nice one. Swing those hips. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Inhale. We're slowly going to come back to stillness with the feet, bringing the knees back down. We're going to walk the hands slightly forward, lean forward with the pelvis and bring the body down. Exhale down onto the mat. Nice work, everyone. Untuck those toes. Inhale, we're going to draw the right foot in and maybe the left as well, both this time. See how that feels? If it feels a lot, you can stay here, squeezing them in. Option two, grab those toes and squeeze them in towards the heels. But if the glutes are relaxed, you can take that little oscillation in the pelvis, squeeze, tuck under as you draw both in. Just breathe with me. Inhale and exhale. Good. Maybe you can turn so that the forehead is pressing into the mat. Maybe you can squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. Just preparing. We're going to kind of work a little bit in the back today. 4, full body stretch though. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Inhale, relaxing, releasing the legs down. I'm going to bring the hands forward this time. I just want you to reach the fingertips forward and bring the elbows this time in line with the shoulders. Good. We're going to take a little Sphinx pose. So how we do this is the hands come down. Feel like you're using the hands like a little traction. You're going to draw the chest forward and then you push into the elbows and you lift up in the chest as much as you can. So you can draw the chin in. If it feels quite strong on the back, just keep the body and the chest a little lower to the ground, but see what feels good to you. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing the chest back down, the forehead down, hands come on either side of the ribs. Inhale, lift up, use your core, tuck those back toes, lift up to your downward dog. Nice one. Again, you choose here with your downward dog. So you can swing those hips. If you feel like kind of playing with it, maybe trying a little different movement, you can bring the heels, pushing them down, maybe finding a bit of stillness, or maybe lift the toes up at the same time. Breathing in and out as you work the heels down as well. Trying to get that tailbone more towards the sky and breathe. So it's up to you. You can wiggle those hips, keep walking the dog, or maybe play with it with me, lifting and dropping the heels. Just don't forget to breathe, whatever you choose for 4. Nice one. 3, 2, and 1. Nice one. Everybody slowly bringing the heels down. See if you can find a little stillness. If you're walking the dog, come back to a lovely place where we stopped. Inhale, lifting up in the toes, bring the knees down onto the mat. You've got it. Walk the hands slightly forward. Pelvis, slowly make your way down. Feel the chest come down onto the mat. Beautiful. Inhaling and tucking the back toes and exhaling out. Amazing. Good. From here, we're going to take the hands and instead of bringing them forward into Sphinx pose, I want you to take the arms wide. Imagine you kind of have like almost like a little spider arm. So you lift in the elbows, fingertips are on the floor. Good. Inhale, we're going to push into the fingertips. You can lift a little bit, see how that feels. If the back will let you go a lot, see how high the body will let you go. You'll know your edge. Good. Inhaling and exhaling, slowly coming down. Feel the belly and the chest make its way back to the mat. Now, option 1 is to continue to lift in that way. We'll do it one more time together. Inhale, just lifting up. Good. And exhale, coming down. Beautiful. Next option is to continue like that, or you can drop one shoulder down. Inhale. What I mean by that is we draw that left shoulder down. We come down if that feels okay for a twist for you. If it doesn't, just go back to the middle. It could be really shallow or a little bit deeper. Inhale, lifting other shoulder if you choose to take the twist, if that feels good for you in the back, upper and lower. Inhale, lifting up. Nice one, everybody. And slowly coming back down to the center. Beautiful. Bringing the hands on either side of the face or the ribs, whatever feels good. Inhaling, peeling the body back up. We're going to stay in puppy dog pose. So walk your hands a little more forward and sink down with the chest, working the tailbone away from you. Draw the shoulders down. Inhale and exhale. Draw the chin in. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back up. We're trying to find tabletop. So bring the hands back in line with the shoulders. Tuck those back toes. Nice one, guys. Lifting up at the knees and finding that lovely downward dog. Love it. So downward dog here. Walk the dog. Lift and drop the heels, or maybe playing with me with a 3-legged dog. So 3-legged dog, you can come to the knee and extend a leg, or you can stay with me here. You know the deal. Maybe see if you can extend one leg. See how that feels. Good. It doesn't matter how high it goes. It can be lower, but just see if you can get that little extension. Maybe looking a little more forward between the thumbs. Good. See how high that leg will kick? That back knee can absolutely be bent or extended, but never overextend the knee. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bringing the foot back down or the leg. And if you're on the knees, a little walk of those heels. Inhale and exhale other leg if you chose that. So again, if it feels too much, come to the knee. You can extend like this. Don't forget to breathe or keeping it out. Finding that length, playing with it, just feeling what feels good for your body. Seeing if you can keep the shoulders square by looking a little bit more between the thumbs. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bringing the foot back down. Inhale. Tops of the toes coming down to the knees. You've got it. Walk the hands forward and allow the belly to come down. Exhale onto that mat. Untuck those toes. You've got a deep breath in with me. And slowly exhaling out. Good. All right, let's roll the shoulders up and back. This time we're going to do our little lift of the chest. Squeeze those elbows in, maybe lift the toes. Strengthening in that spine. 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down. It's very common to hold the breath there. Breathe with me in. And slowly breathing out. Let's do it again. Inhale, we roll the shoulders up and we lift in the chest. We're going to lift the hands. Stay there or lift the toes. Maybe even reach back. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it down. Exhale. Inhaling with me. And just let it go whatever way feels good. Oh, lovely. Sometimes you really get that heart rate going in that one. Third time lucky. You choose. Stay here for a few more breaths or rolling the shoulders up and back. Inhale. Lift the chest, lift the hands. Maybe you're reaching behind you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Bringing it down. Bring the hands on either side of the ribs or the face and lifting up. Good. We're going to come back into our puppy dog pose. So walk the hands a little bit more forward here. Thinking back as far as you can, drawing in from your core. So what we don't necessarily want is just belly dipping. We want to draw in from the core, and then we sit back, almost like you're moving to child's pose, but we're not quite. You can even come to the fingertips here and breathe. So less about the dip of the chest, more about that long back. When I often say we don't want that floating rib sticking out, we want to draw it in and breathe. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, guys. We're going to slowly bring the hands so that they're in line with the shoulders. We're going to tuck those back toes, arch the back into cat pose, lift up in the knees, and shift the weight back to your downward dog. Inhale and exhale. Good. You choose. Maybe your downward dog's feeling better. You might be able to find some stillness here. Maybe you want to move. Take it as you need it. Just breathe with me in and out. Lovely. Let's look between the thumbs coming to the tops of the toes. We're going to step or hop forward. Good. Hanging out. Draw the chin down towards the chest. Good. Just hang up here. I'm going to invite you to step on the hand. So we're going to tuck the palm. What you want to do is bring the palm of the hand and touch the bottom of the foot. So you're bringing the toes where the wrist is, and you're going to tuck the hands in there. Whoosh. Underneath. And then you step on it. Good. You're kind of giving your hands a little massage, a little release here. Other side. So again, you're going to push the toes into the wrist, and then we push down if that feels good to you. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. You can hang out here, just kind of shifting the weight forward and back on the hands. You get a little massage. If you want a little bit of space to work into the hamstrings, you have an option here. You can just hang out, play with what this feels like, or inhale, you can look forward. Maybe see if you can straighten the legs a little bit, and then bend them down. You curl the body and the neck in. Inhale, maybe looking up, working to straighten those legs a little bit. And exhale, drawing it back down. Don't worry if the hammies are super tight, just hang out. Maybe a little movement might help you release there. 3. Nice one, everybody. 2. And 1. Lovely. Good job. See how that feels on the hands. If you want to work that way at all anymore, we're going to take the palms away. Open and close. Good. Grab opposite elbows, like take a little swing left to right. Just feeling that little release in the back. Breathing with me in and breathing out. Nice one. Good. Inhale and exhale, coming back, hanging out. We're going to separate the hands. We're going to find our halfway lift. So either drawing the hands up the body, hands to the knees, elbows in, or you can bring the fingertips forward, extending a little bit here, chest drawing forward. We're going to bend the knees. I promise I'll fix my camera. There I go. Reaching up, little back bend here, and slowly bring the palms in. Standing in your Tadasana, nice and strong. You've got it. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. Good job, everybody. Lovely. Good. Inhale. We're going to reach those arms up. Good. We're going to take a lovely hinge at the hips. We're going to reach forward. Maybe bring the fingertips to touch, making a little balloon in front of you. We're reaching forward. Good. Chest drawing forward, drawing in from the center. Finding that little stretch and bend those knees. We float down. Exhale over those toes. Draw the chin in. Inhale, halfway lift again. We draw the hands up the legs, elbows in, and draw the chest forward. Working to straighten the legs, or if you're really open, fingertips forward. But remember, we don't sit back in the hips here. We bring the hips in line with the ankles. Chest draws forward. Draw in from the center. 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees wherever you are. Reaching up. Little back bend if you like. Exhale, thumbs in towards the sternum. Drop the shoulders down. Inhaling. And slowly exhaling out. Draw in from your core. Squeeze from the glutes. Good. Inhale. I'm going to reach it up. Good. And exhaling. Hinging at the hips. Bring the fingertips to touch. Reach forward. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Relax in the face. Little smile if you like. Pull down over those toes. Draw the chin in. Good. Inhale, finding your halfway lift. Yogi's choice. Find what suits you. Just breathe with me. 3, 2, relaxing in the face, and 1. Bend those knees. Big reach up. Little back bend. And thumbs in. Good. We're going to hold here. I want you to find a nice strong Tadasana. So squeezing and tucking under. Drawing in from your core. Roll the shoulders up and back. Thumbs in. Maybe close those eyes and just notice anything that's changed in the body, the heart rate. Maybe you're feeling a bit warmer. Maybe the mind has been able to just get lost in my instruction and the practice. Just feeling the body a little alive. Check in with the breath. Slow it down. Inhaling and slowly exhaling. Finding that little moment of gratitude. This practice, this body, this mat, and this space that you put aside for yourself tonight. Good. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. I'm just going to separate the hands. I want you to wiggle the jaw, move it left to right, find that little release, and take a second if you've got a drink, find a little sip. Good work. Inhaling. And exhaling. Nice work, everybody. Hopefully you're feeling good. A little bit of a change up of our starting, but quite nice to kind of get the spine moving. Keep it flowing. Amazing. We're going to build into our next little flow. We're going to come down onto the knee, but if you need anything like a sofa or chair to hold on to, absolutely fine. We're building today into our dancer's pose, but we're going to play with it on the knee first and then come up to play with a little bit of balance. So let's kind of get into the spine a little bit more. When you're ready, meet you at the top of the mat. Good work. So inhale, we're going to reach it up. When you're ready. Good. And as we exhale, let's hinge at the hips, reach forward. Feel that little stretch. Beautiful. Enjoying every minute. Hold down. You've got it. Good. Letting go of the week, the day. Inhale. Deep breath, halfway lift. You know where we're headed. And then here, we're going to bend our knees. We're going to bring the hands in front of us, shift the weight, and we're going to take a big step back with the right foot. Bring the right knee down. Inhale, coming all the way up to a beautiful lunge. Reaching up. And exhale, sinking down. Good. You've got it. Lovely. Drop the shoulders down here. Feeling that little work into the hips. Inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to reach forward. Bring the hands on opposite side of that front knee. Wiggle the front knee back into child's pose. And we're finding that lovely little sink down in the hips. Inhale, coming to tabletop. Good. Find that lovely support with the hands in line with the shoulders. You can always come up onto the fist Inhale, we're gonna extend the right leg and we're gonna bend that back knee. Awesome, so you can stay here. This is a beautiful place to stay. Breathing in and out, or you can reach forward. You know where we're headed, left hand comes forward, depending on your working, where you are in this practice, maybe reaching back, see if you can grab the toes. Done a little work towards this. If you've got it, cool. You have the little bit of extra arch in the back. You push the toes into the hands and leave the chest lifting. Good. 3. See how that feels for you? 2. And when any part of this process is perfect, inhale, reaching forward, bringing the hands back in line with each other. Exhale. Good. We're going to tuck those back toes. Lift up to your downward dog. Good. Inhale and exhale. Maybe finding stillness or movement in it. You know how to take a downward dog. Make it yours. Make your practice your own. Inhale, looking forward between the thumbs, up to the tops of the toes. You step or hop forward. Hold down. Chin in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend those knees deep, scoop it up and wide, lift it up nice and tall. Maybe throw a little back bend in, tuck in under, thumbs in. Breathe with me, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Awesome. Inhale, reaching it up, little smile. Exhale, hinging up the hips, reach forward, pull down over the toes. Good, halfway lift. We're going to bend and bring the hands forward, and this time we're going to slowly step back with the left foot as far as you can. Knee comes down. See if you can find that lunge, wiggling if you need to, that front foot forward, or reaching up, or hands on the hips as well. Sink down. Good. Breathe with me in and breathing out. You've got it. Inhale, a little smile. Hands come on either side of that front leg. Exhale, swing that front leg back. Good. Sinking down into your child's pose. Take a breath. Inhale. We're slowly going to make our way back to tabletop position. Flatten that back. We're going to kick out with the left leg. Good. Staying here if you like, or bending in the knee. Remember, we stay strong in your core at first. Feeling that balance. Stay here if you like. Maybe walk the opposite hand forward. Yogi's choice. Or reaching back if the balance is there. Maybe you've got that foot. Good. See where you're at. Don't forget to breathe. Maybe taking the arch of the spine. You don't need to. You choose. 4. Good. Draw the shoulder blades in. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reaching forward. Slowly bringing the hands back down. We're going to tuck the tailbone under, find cat, tuck the toes. Inhale, lift it up into your downward dog. Well done. Draw the chin in. Inhale, you've got the option to stay here. You can come down onto the knees, or you can take a 3-legged dog, maybe bend the knee. So we're just kind of emulating that little bit of the pose, but opening up in the hips. We'll be looking underneath that armpit if you like, and you can do it from the knee. Slowly bring it down, little walk of the heels. Maybe the other side. 3-legged dog, or bend the knee and looking underneath. See how that feels, little twist. Little opening of the hips. 3, 2, 1, bringing the foot back down. Inhale and exhale. Let's look forward between the thumbs. Come up to the tops of the toes, step or hop. Here, you've got it. Hanging out, guys. Just breathe. Good. What a little flow. Well done. Hanging out. You wanted to step onto the hands again, you absolutely can. If you want to keep the hands out, no worries. Inhale, maybe straightening a little bit in those legs. And exhale, bending them down. Draw the chin in. Good. Inhale, lifting it up. Good. Relaxing in the face. Exhale, down. And third one, so you can stay here. You can lift it up. Inhale. And exhale, down. Let's unravel the hands if you've taken them underneath. Grab opposite elbow. Take your little swing side to side. We're going to come up and take a little moment to breathe into Tadasana. Deep breaths with me in and out. Hanging out. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Bend the knees deep. Scoop it up. Reaching the arms back. And tucking it under. If you feel any dizziness, just take a little moment here. to breathe. Good. And close the eyes and maybe connect with the body balancing for you. Maybe you can feel any of the warmth that the body's been creating. Just being still. Get the breath back to a nice, slow, controlled rhythm. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. Relaxing the forehead, soften the shoulders. Releasing the jaw. Inhale. And slowly exhale, let it go. Beautiful. We're going to draw the hands down, little shake it. Now, here's a great opportunity. If you need the wall for balance, you don't quite have the right floor in front of you, see what you need to do. But you can use the wall or a chair or a friend if you've got one. We're going to take a little bit of a little balancing here. So we're going to find some time. Just remember to breathe slow. And if you find yourself wobbling, you're probably watching me. Something moving will throw you off. So try and find something, your drishti or your gaze slightly in front, something not moving once you know where you're headed. We're going to take that switch we did on the floor, but standing. So we're going to slightly bend the knees. It's important never to lock the knees. We're going to shift the weight over. I'll show you from this position. We're going to shift the weight over. So your standing leg is going to be your left leg and the right toes are going to come in. So you can stay here, toes on the floor. You can bend back. Think about that. One of those first movements we did on the floor, we're going to grab the toe. We're going to see if we can draw the knee in line. So I'll show you from this direction. We can have the knee forward, or if you can, we want to draw in from your core, shoulders down, knee comes in line with that standing leg. And then we tuck under. So the pelvis and the back aren't arching. We're tucking under, squeezing and trying to find that line. Heels drawing in. Don't worry, that's just the direction we're headed. It doesn't have to look like that for you. We're just moving in that way. Squeezing and lifting, breathe in. Feel like you can draw the top of your head up, shoulders back. Remembering holding on if you need to. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Good job. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly releasing that leg. Bring the feet hip distance. Inhale. And exhale. Little bend. Shift the weight over. Bring the toes in. Left toes, maybe lifting the back leg. Show you from this direction. Lifting up. So you can stay there. You can reach down, maybe grab the toes if you've got them. See if you can bring the heel in. And that standing leg, we're going to straighten a little bit, not locking the knee. Draw the shoulders back, draw in from your core. Looking forward, inhale. See if you can bring the knee a little more in line. Tuck in under, lifting tall, strong core. Facing forward, good. And just relax into it. Try not to hold the breath. Have a real tendency to hold the breath. We want to lift up tall as we squeeze, keep squeezing in those glutes. Get that lovely stretch in the quad. Playing with balance. 2 and 1. Good. Releasing in that foot and slowly bending the knees and shake it out a little bit. Breath in and slowly breathing out. Beautiful. Remembering if you kind of wibble wobble, do not worry. All you want to do here in any of your balances is just find that breath again and come back to it when you can. Good. Next one we're going to do is our dancer's pose. So we're going to play with dancer's pose. Doesn't matter how far you get. Again, wall. You can hold on to a chair. All good, especially at home. Grab something to help if you need to. If not, keep it really slow. You don't have to take it in its full capacity. Inhaling. Exhaling, little bend in the knees. Good, shift the weight. Your standing leg's going to be your left leg. And we're going to bring our right foot back. So this time we're going to lift that back toes. Maybe reaching back and grabbing them. Now it's less important about where the leg is here. It's just about maybe taking a back bend in it. So if you wanted, you can lift the back knee. Back, toes coming in towards you. Looking forward, you might reach forward with the left hand. Good, that's great. Maybe point your finger and thumb together. Maybe you can draw the shoulders back, kind of like we did on the floor. Push the toes into the hands. Keeping the chest lifted, arching the spine. Maybe dipping a little bit after. You've got that lovely little U shape. Good. Keep the knee down. 3. Good. Don't worry if you wobble out of it. It's okay. Come back to it. It's all about playing in yoga, isn't it? Don't worry, guys. And one, slowly bringing it back up. Maybe see if you can bring that knee in and down. Breathing in and let it go. Especially if you're holding the breath at all. I often do that. Awesome. Let's play with the other side. And remember, don't worry, if your leg is back here, that's great. If it's lifted a little bit, we're all working in those directions and it's all playing towards balance. So do not worry what yours looks like. It might be better than mine and it might be in a progress in that direction. So it's all good. Just take it what your body needs. Remember, no judgment, especially from ourselves. Feet hip distance. Inhale and exhale, bend the knees. We're going to shift the weight to the right leg in the back, toes of the left, come back. Staying here, lifting tall, draw in from your core, perfect place to stay. Playing with that posture, tuck it under. You wanted to lift the back leg, absolutely fine. There's your invitation. Maybe grab the toes. Good, see how that feels for you. And wiggle them a little bit close to the wall. Good, you choose if you want to stay here, maybe reach out with the right hand, point your fingers and thumb. Remember that back knee, we just don't want it kind of locked. Maybe pushing the toes into the hands, you can squeeze the shoulder blades and open the chest. Maybe it's opening a little bit. And maybe from here, you feel like you could dip a little bit, lift that back knee, keep that little bit of balance. Don't forget to breathe, maybe a little smile, and join dancer's pose. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, if you've got the balance, bring it in. Maybe squeeze the knee in towards the chest and bring it down. Nice one. Shake it out. Don't worry what yours look like. Remembering it's all just a little progress. Playing with that balance. Knees nice and wide, big circles. Deep breath in and deep breath out. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're going to come back to the front of our mat and we're going to come down and work into a little bit of our bridge pose and see where our back has kind of got us to with all of those stretches. So well done. Lots of work building actually. Bridge pose we sometimes do at the beginning just to wake up the spine. Today we're going to use it at the end just to kind of really see if we can open up a little bit more. Inhale, reaching it up. And as we exhale, hinge at the hips, reach forward, pull down over the toes, draw the chin in. Find your halfway lift and bend the knees, come down onto all fours. We're going to swing the legs around and sit down. Amazing. Grab a little drink before we move into our last bit of our sequence and our Shavasana. You're like, yeah, where's that time gone? Last little 15 minutes. Cheers for joining me. I'm like loving this. It's so nice to be here. Beautiful. Oh, amazing, guys. So when you're ready, just meet me on your backs. Bring the legs forward. Allow the back body to slowly make its way onto the floor. We're just going to make our way here. Just slowing down the practice. We're going to finish off with a little bit more work in the spine and kind of make our way into our Shavasana here. So I want you to start by walking the heels in towards the glutes. Maybe rocking the head a little bit left to right to get into the neck. Inhale, a little smile. And slowly exhale. Amazing, let it go. You bring the neck back to center. When you're ready, palms alongside the body. We're going to squeeze into the glutes and see. You can lift a little bit. Just play with it. See how that feels. Maybe notice if the spine's kind of opened a little bit more than usual when you do your first one at the beginning of a class. Maybe see if you can lift a little higher. Now, instead of looking at the screen, bring the chin towards the center. Chin comes towards the chest here. So trust that you know what you're doing as you lift up. Feel that little stretch in the neck. Inhale and exhale. Slowly come down. Feel every vertebrae make its way down one by one onto the mat. Nice work. Beautiful. And exhale. Breathing in again. We're going to take that lovely little stretch of the spine, lifting up, palms down, or maybe even wiggling the elbows in. Option to extend the arms out, chin to chest, lifting a little higher. Remembering that little tweak. We don't want the knees bowing out. We want the knees in. And then we push into the feet, chin to chest. Find that lovely stretch. Again, stretching in the neck, stretching in the spine. I get a little bit of work in the legs. 4. See where you're feeling it. 3. Breathe. 2. Inhale and exhale. One, slowly bringing the tailbone down a little bit, unraveling the arms, and bringing the back all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae, onto the mat. Exhale, just enjoying that stopping point, just seeing how that feels, taking the head left to right if you like, especially if you get a little neck stretch there. Inhale, and then slowly exhale. Lovely work, everybody. Now I'm going to invite you for your last one. I don't often take us through wheel pose, but I thought I would just show you the guidance. You may not do it. You might not ever want to. So your third option is to take another lovely bridge pose, pushing up in whatever way feels good to you. If anybody wants to try, your back is naturally a little bit more bendy. You take the palms as if you're kind of above you, as if you've got a box over your body, and then keep the elbows bending, 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 and see if you can bring the hands alongside the ears. Good. Now that might be a really good start. If that feels like not secure at all, then come back and bring the hands down. You'll notice if the hands or the wrists feel too much. If there is anybody who wants to try, and you can lift a little bit in the pelvis. Maybe see if you can look back and push into the hands. Lifting up. Now that's called wheel pose. Nobody has to do it. You never have to do it. But if there's something that you might still have in your body from a past, or something that the back feels like it's going to take, a lot for that now. And if not, just lift up into your lovely bridge pose, maybe wiggling elbows in and extend, whatever feels good to you. But we did a lovely work in the spine to get there if your body wanted to. Everybody coming back down from whatever option you chose. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Wherever you are, slowly bring those knees in. Let's take our little rock side to side. The head comes with it if you want. Feel that little release. We've done so much work again, kind of working into the back body, opening in the chest. Just trying to let go of the weak. Good. 3. Good job, everyone. 2. Inhale and exhale. For 1. Slowly bringing the body back to center. We're going to bring the feet down onto the mat. We're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest. Open it up into your lovely figure, kind of 4. You're going to shimmy the ankle away. Relax the shoulders down and just see how that feels as you open the knee wide. If you're noticing that it's already feels like a stretch, just stick it out. Stay here. Start slow breathing, taking your time to release. Next option is to reach the hands through the leg, grab the back of that left leg, draw the knee in, relax the shoulders. Again, looking up towards the ceiling rather than taking your gaze to the side. Breathing in, and as you exhale, just begin to draw that knee in towards the chest. And slow. Good. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. Feeling that little bit of work into the glute, maybe extending the opposite leg. You've got it. You can point and flex the foot if you've chosen that option. You can even do with the knee bent. 4. Good. Relaxing in the head, the forehead, the jaw. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bending into the knee, bring the foot down, switching sides. Inhale, bending. Exhale, opening. Shimmy the ankle away. Knee comes wide. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Again, choosing to stay here or reaching through, grabbing the back of the leg, drawing it in, noticing which side might have felt tighter, or maybe they feel the same. Just inhale. And as we exhale, leaning into that stretch, knee draws into the chest, relaxing in the face and the jaw and the forehead. Inhale, maybe extending that leg, pointing and flexing. Take it as you need it. Nice work, everybody. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly bring the foot back down and unraveling in that pose. Good. Breathing in, knees coming towards the chest. This is where you give yourself the hug that you need. Oh, squeeze it all in as small as you can. Deep breath. Whatever that hug is for, just enjoy it, soak it up. Maybe you can't find the words, but just give yourself that little bit of moment to say, you are doing your best. And you can see that. You can feel that. Slowly bring your feet down. and the head down. Amazing. Inhale, roll the body over towards the right hand side into that beautiful fetal position. And when you're ready, bring yourself up to a nice upright position on the mat. Good. Let's release a little bit into the neck and the shoulders, taking our beautiful cool down. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and drop them back. Find your circles. Oh, really messy here. Good. Rolling up and back, just finding that lovely release. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Good. The more you find those circles, the more you might find those little knots at your own pace. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop your shoulders down, right ear to right shoulder. Option to stay here or walk the fingertips out the opposite hand. Breathe with me in. And slowly breathing out. Good. Breathing in, little smile. Slowly breathing out. Nice one, everybody. Slowing it down. Inhale, head comes back to center. Bringing it over to the other side. Take your time. If like me, it's really tight and sensitive in the neck. Just be true to that. You can extend the hand or you can keep it in. Whatever it is, just take the movement that feels good. Find your release, maybe closing the eyes and breathing really intentionally, sending maybe that energy of release into those really tight spaces. Breathing in and slowly breathing out. Good. Inhale, slowly bringing the hand back in. Bring the neck back to center. We're going to draw the chin down towards the chest. Draw the shoulders down. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good. Breathing in. And breathing out. And staying there or deciding just to maybe reach the fingertips slightly forward and just letting the chin draw down to the chest. You can take more of a forward fold. You can come down, chest coming down. Maybe bringing the hands into fists, relaxing the forehead here. Maybe reaching forward. So you could be anywhere, just in a closing sort of position, starting to close down the practice. Maybe reaching forward, folding over. Find some slow, deep breaths in and out. Softening in the eyelids, folding down. Bowing down in gratitude. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lifting back up. Good. We're going to bring the hands forward. You can either bring the knees in and swing them to the side, or you can swing the feet through, coming back to child's pose. Inhale, let's find that place we began. As we exhale, sinking down and fold into your child's pose. You could be lifted or nice and soft. You can take the knees wide if you like that option to get a little more into the hips. And I just want us to stay here for a little quiet moment. Maybe rocking the forehead again, left to right. Finding that release, that little bow down. As you close the eyes, I invite you just to see where that breath is going. Take some slow, deep breaths, feeling that release, closing the eyes, surrendering. And as you kind of connect with the mat in your child's pose, finding a little bit of gratitude here. The mat's catching you, the support that it brings. Taking a moment to stop. Close the eyes and begin to fall into that beautiful sleepy space. Feel the breath as it draws in and out. In and out. Making it really soft. And just beginning to come back maybe to the beginning where you asked yourself how you were feeling today. How are you now? in mind. How you feeling in body? Can you connect with any shifts or changes or quiet? How does the breath feel? Is it still tight? Is it a little deeper? Just let go and let the mat catch you. As you begin to just let that sensation of rest and relaxation slowly seep into every cell. Keeping the eyes really groggy and heavy and soft, begin just to push yourself up. Slowly bring the knees in. I'm going to come into that last little place before we find our Shavasana. Just relaxing in the face. Taking your pointer fingers, keep the eyes heavy and soft if you're able to get there. Pointer finger, middle finger, just finding your lovely little bit of a release in the face. You can draw in and around the arches of the eyebrows, maybe up into the forehead. Even finding the temple if that feels good to you. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe bringing the hands on the top of the nose, in and around the cheekbones. Just finding whatever release. Take it as you need it. You work with the body, breathing a little slowly. Good. Maybe moving the jaw. And whatever else you need, just take it for the face and the body. And then I invite you to find that cozy place, lying down. If you want to turn the lights out, grab a blanket, wrap up, whatever it is that feels good, lay back in your beautiful Shavasana. Invite you just to slowly sink and soften. You can even crawl into bed if you wanted, or find your cozy chair and make it your own beautiful space just to rest and be in. Close the eyes and allow the forehead to soften. Maybe taking one more slow, deep breath and letting that exhalation just remind you to soften and settle into that beautiful space of rest. Allow the shoulders to begin to melt down into the mat. Relaxing, just imagining that you're releasing any tightness from the crown of the head all the way down the forehead, along the face, separating the teeth and finding some softness in the mouth and the jaw. Allow the back body to melt and be supported and caught as you rest and reset and melt into the floor. Softening from shoulders to the elbows and the elbows to the wrists, letting go in the hands. Just enjoying stillness, rest. Enjoying the opportunity to sit in the quiet of your home. Just allow the breath to come and go, the chest to rise and fall in its natural state. And allow all that we've done, deep breaths, all the movement. Allow everything that you've chosen to do in this space of time to just nourish you in every cell. Releasing in the glutes, the hips to the knees to the ankles and the toes. Just allow the entire body to feel as light as a feather, letting the weight of life and responsibility drift away just for this last bit of time. Almost imagining you can even like levitate and lift off the mat, feeling free and light and soft, clear of mind, clear in body. Just be. Today I'm going to leave you with a quote by Rachel Brathen, where she writes a piece called The Goal of Yoga. The yoga pose is not the goal. Becoming flexible is not actually the goal. Standing on your hands is not the goal either. The goal is actually to create space where you were once stuck. Sometimes it's to unveil the layers of protection that you built around your heart. Sometimes it's just to appreciate your body and become aware of the mind and the noise that it creates. Other times, the goal of yoga is to just make peace with who you are. The goal is to love, well, you. So let's come to your yoga mat to feel, not always to accomplish. If we shift our focus, maybe our heart will grow. What is the goal of yoga to you? Breathing in and slowly breathing out. I invite you to stay in the quiet today, in stillness. Just be. That's your Tuesday night class. Stay as long as you like. Wish you a beautiful sleep, beautiful evening, wonderful week. And we'll see you next Wednesday, all being well. Peace and love. Thank you so much for logging on. It's been such a joy to take time out to be with all of you. Cheers, everyone. All my love.